Hello and welcome to day one of SCCM 2012 class, and this is like a fresh start now. and so this is the first slide, as it says, welcome to IT Professional Courses Canada Online Academy. I'm gonna have to introduce this later on the second class, but you still have to access your course material through this LMS online LMS site that is available for everyone's so everyone could access that. So the main thing about this is that all the material and today's video once uploaded. Okay, Kishan, you cannot hear me, sorry guys. So I'm on the chat as well, and can all hear me? So you will have to really you will have to go inside day one, although most of you have gone there, but you will have to just go there to pick up all the material, and I'll be adding a lot of other material as well there from time to time. Okay, so now we get all the other users. So let's just go ahead and try to know more about this SCCM. Most of the students are connected right now with WebEx, but 2 or 3 are having a problem. Yes, here, Chandra, I can. Kishan, to everyone. Kishan cannot hear. Well, now, since it is recording as well, please try to configure your audio, Kishan. So, let's just go ahead. Well, he cannot hear us. So SCCM 2012 R2 System Standard Configuration Manager 2012 R2 course, which is the exam code 70-243. So this course is designed for all the deployment gurus. You want to make changes across the network on large scale and with all the complicated scripts. This is software that will let you do that. So what happens is that SCCM is using WDS, SCCM is using WSUS, and SCCM can use many other independent software as well to actually use their features instead of Microsoft coming up with totally new features. SCCM utilizes all the already in the market software and it has a central dashboard to show you what software you can use and what features of what software it can offer you. So it's going to be a lot of factors involved in the running of SCCM, hence the troubleshooting will be also a lot. Once we understand the factors involved, the components involved in the working of SCCM, obviously we're going to be able to easily understand what's going on. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here: design and plan system center configuration manager infrastructure, talk about that, manage operating system deployment, OSD, the most important, and you will see the procedure. Pretty cool, but complicated, and also you're going to be doing some troubleshooting. I'm saying it okay, great. So I'm saying it right now that there will be a lot of troubleshooting. We're gonna I plan to have some sessions dedicated just to software and troubleshooting, software deployment, operating system deployment, and just troubleshooting, although all my classes are always hands-on, but we will have to dedicate some sessions just for troubleshooting, right? It's not going to be easy, but if you stay in, you're going to see that this software can give you a lot. So deploy applications and software updates. So about deployment of applications, we just finished our class of Citrix 6.5, and then we went for intro of Citrix 7.6, and later I'm going to be starting the Citrix 7.6 class with XenApp and XenDesktop as well. But in that class, we deployed a lot of applications and virtualized applications and streamed applications. So that was all about application deployment. In this, it's going to be different, of course. It's working is different. It's a bit more complicated, not that easy. But once you get the hang of it, all the components working, you will know that why big companies are paying a lot for SCCM experts. Then it's manage compliance settings. Not only that it deploys operating system, applications and software updates, it also goes for compliance settings, which means that all the computers are on the latest updates. Antivirus updates are latest, Windows updates are latest, and all the other compliance settings like firewall should be on. If this is a company policy and you put it in the compliance settings, so it will check in thousands of machines if they are compliant with all the company related company rules. So you will create a baseline, and they're gonna just discover all the machines and check all the machines. Maybe they are in thousands, and then it's going to give you a report that what number of machines are compliant, what are not. So there was a huge migration was going on last 3 or 4 years from Windows 2003, as the support for Windows Server 2003 was finished after 15 years. So there was that SCCM level deployment being deployed across many large companies. So there were so many jobs. They were asking, hey, can you migrate Windows Server 2003 to Windows 2008 and 2012? And through SCCM, so they were paying really high price per hour for those experts who are good with migrations, as well as then there's another requirement within SCCM community for packagers. So packagers are those, suppose you're given a task to deploy a third-party software, so it's not even a Microsoft software. Microsoft software, right? It will be easier to deploy because SCCM is also for Microsoft. But if it's third-party software, every software has its own way of working. Maybe the developers did not create it SCCM friendly, or there's an extension called .msi friendly software. So if those third-party software are deployed with specific requirements, SCCM has to adapt to those requirements, and you have to package those .exe files or those software and convert them into .msi and then deploy them through SCCM. It's not easy. That's why there were jobs, and there are still jobs for packagers. So it's not only that you already know a lot about SCCM. Are you a packager? So they were asking that. Two banks were asking that. And then there's insurance companies who have this requirement. So if you go to Indeed.com and or Monster.ca and just run for SCCM 2012, you would see a lot of jobs there. Either they need only SCCM expert, or they need they need a Superman with all the 15 other things plus SCCM as a skill that you should know. So sometimes it's ridiculous that we're supposed to know all these 20 things. Wow, cool. So anyway, but there are people who are working in other companies which have all these, and also companies, what do they do? I mean, what can they do if they have those 20 technologies? They need an expert who knows them, right? So they have to, and they are getting those people. So anyway, deploying applications, operating systems, and manage compliance settings. That's what we're gonna do. So this is if you have any guys, if you have any comments, there is a chat there. I will keep looking at the chat from time to time, or actually every time. So this is the chat, and you can just put as everyone, or you can select who to chat to, so I can reply to your chat. So here you can ask any question there. Let's just go ahead now and carry on with, so we need to then create sites, manage sites, manage clients, manage inventory, and manage reports and queries. All very important components of SCCM. We're going to be touching them one by one, but today was especially dedicated for at least getting up a basic network with SCCM. So there are lots of components of SCCM as we're going to be discovering now. So I'll just try to go ahead a little. When we talk about SCCM, there is, System Center Configuration Manager, but actually it's a part of a family of System Center products. There are many System Center products, and nowadays there's a huge demand for cloud experts. Microsoft private cloud certification is there, and it's also in big demand. So when you go for Microsoft private cloud certification, if you go through the material, so I'm just going to be adding that because there are just 3 or 4 different products which I am separately teaching. So I'll be teaching the Microsoft private cloud certification because it's going to be, so what I'm trying to say here, if you go there and see the certification, you will see System Center Configuration Manager related labs stuff. You'll see SCVMM, so System Center Virtual Machine Manager in Microsoft private cloud, and Service Manager, and also endpoint protection is just for malware protection of clients, but there are 3 products. One is not showing here, I think. The Service Manager, Integrated Service Desk Automation for Service Manager. So 3 of the System Center family of products you're going to see in Microsoft private cloud certification, and cloud certification is really up now. The top paying job of 2016 is the Amazon Web Services, so our solutions architect. So if you know cloud services from Amazon, right now the architect for those services is, so this means that so many companies are going cloud, and there's a big competition between now Microsoft for Windows, Microsoft Azure as the cloud platform. Amazon has AWS, and VMware has vCloud, and there are many other cloud companies as well, but these are the giants. System Center family of products, especially you will see a lot of labs for System Center Configuration Manager to handle cloud components of the network. Also, Microsoft Intune is the cloud version itself of System Center. We're going to try to connect Microsoft Intune with System Center on premises, and we're going to try to know what's loaded in Intune, what features are there and what features are not there, what's the limit. Not everything that System Center Configuration Manager does a cloud platform like Microsoft Intune can do, right? Because it's System Center Configuration Manager is heavy. It can deploy all operating system plus applications. But of course, with Intune there, you can actually handle some of the features from cloud throughout the global branches, right? So this is the System Center family of products. There is Operations Manager, which I'm going to be including at the end of the course, introductory lab to how to basically configure System Center Operations Manager or SCOM. And also I promised that one intro lab for System Center Virtual Machine Manager as well. Already System Center Configuration Manager will be overwhelming for us as labs, and I really want you to work hard with me. We could come up with even bigger scenarios to implement that, but first to understand and basically deploy and check all the features will be overwhelming. But after that, SCOM, you would see also not that huge product, but big companies rely totally sometimes on SCOM for their proactive monitoring. It's totally monitoring. And then virtual machine manager has proven to manage all the virtualized infrastructures and build private clouds. So when it comes to private clouds, SCVMM has become very, very important sought after skill in the market now. So let's just go ahead. What System Center Configuration Manager does asset management, where hardware and software inventory is there, asset intelligence, software monitoring, remote management. So very powerful features. Of course, you need to know all the inventory and older products, newer products, high-end products, what's the hardware and software configuration of all the servers you have and thousands of clients you have. It does it perfectly. Deployment, of course, that's the one of the main things it does. SCCM, for which it is known. Application management, software update management, operating system deployment, which is just called OSD, and content management. We're going to be trying all these features, deploying applications as well as operating systems and operating system plus applications. Then it's compliance management. So all the systems are configured according to the company policies. So this is all here in compliance management. Of course, you need to keep an eye on your network, right? So compliance management just says shows that, okay, are the company standards being met for all the components and assets of the company by that. So power management is also a very cool feature where you can remotely handle the policies related to power management that you want. All the servers, all the power management related to monitor screens for wake on LAN, remotely starting the computers and then deploying OSDs and applications, client health as well. Very important factor here. There's thing called NAP, a feature called NAP in Windows 2012, and network access protection. So it will use that as well. SCCM, you're going to see that SCCM uses a lot of other independent roles and products for its working, but it is still offering a central dashboard to do that. Then security, role-based administration, you can delegate the control. You can have junior admins doing some of the tasks, less riskier tasks. You can do let them do that. Then there is what was saying already, NAP, network access protection. That's going to make sure that all the client machines that are connecting from the network or through from outside, connecting from outside over the WAN, or connecting from inside LAN to your servers. So are those machines really safe to connect? Are they up to date with Windows updates or antivirus updates and all this? Then there's that endpoint protection. Endpoint protection is that if your computer is end-to-end protected, which means your hard disk data is protected by using Microsoft technology called BitLocker, just encrypting the whole hard disk, right? As well as putting all the other malware and other smaller software products to really utilize and do the protection. Some companies are using McAfee for end-to-end protection with all the encryption and other security software, but Microsoft has its own software for endpoint protection. So SCCM is going to use that, and you're going to see that 3 or 4 independent products will be used, or SCCM will be using its features to work basically. So SCCM will be using WDS for deployment. If you don't install WDS, okay, we're going to discuss that in detail, of course, but SCCM needs WDS. So if I think majority of us have done WDS, Windows Deployment Services, so it will be a lot easier for you, and you will see the difference, of course. And we're going to be deploying WSUS as well, Windows Server Update Services, which is just responsible for making sure all the local machines have all the Windows updates. So through SCCM we're going to be deploying all the updates instead of WSUS, but using WSUS actually. So let's just go ahead. Benefits of implementing System Center 2012 Configuration Manager in an organization: empower user productivity using the application catalog. There is that cool feature called application catalog, where you can have a list of applications showing, and Microsoft has introduced this new idea of let some of the decision of deploying applications be given to end users, right? Okay, there's a question there in the chat: how much for license for a medium business? Basically, how does it work? License for each server or PCs? Okay, licensing topic is coming, and we're going to be talking about licensing in detail, definitely. But this is the first thing definitely we need to know to sell this idea to our company management. Hey, see, it's not that expensive. It's expensive. Okay, anyway, it's not that expensive, so please buy it, and blah blah blah. But definitely, Ali, yeah, licensing is coming. We were saying that there's an application catalog, where's this idea of let the user decides to which application they want to install, which application they do not want to install. This is new, right? Otherwise, a user was just as SCCM administrator would just force the application there, right? Now there's a catalog. Oh, you want to download that, you want to install that. So it should be, we know that end users are non-technical people, right? So the applications, or those applications you can put on application catalog, which are not requiring any technical stuff to be done from the user side. It's just like you're using an iPad or iPhone or Android. It's one-click installation, right? Click, and that's it, done. So this is a concept being introduced for SCCM 2012 as well, that just give them one-click option. They want the application, they know what it does, and they'll just select that and go ahead, right? So we're going to be trying to create that environment or configure that environment as well. Unify management and security infrastructure. Compliance settings allows you to ensure your clients are configured in a secure manner. Of course, when you're offering a lot of software, you're deploying a lot of operating systems and applications, you need to really secure it as well. And that's going to be a separate topic because it is a bit complicated and tricky. Then simplify IT administration provides a unified infrastructure that gives a single pane of glass to manage physical, virtual, and mobile clients. So now SCCM can also deploy applications to cell phones, which is a little more complicated. But we're going to, I always am in favor of trying everything. Let's just try. If it's technically possible in our environment, let's just go for it, right? So deploying on physical virtual machines, no big deal. But deploying to mobile clients, that's gonna take a little, we really need to set up something complicated. Or actually, I did in last SCCM class. I did manage to deploy it one application to my iPhone. It took a longer time, but if you have Wi-Fi connection, that's it. We all have, right? So definitely, it's gonna be fun. Let's just go ahead, and you can use so then what SCCM 2012 R2 can do for you. So when we are trying to pinpoint what it can do, it's going to be, you can use the change and configuration management capabilities of System Center 2012 R2 Configuration Manager to perform tasks such as deploying OS, software applications, and software updates. So three major things. Operating system we're going to be trying to deploy. We're going to deploy separately applications as well as applications installed over this operating system, and then software updates, right? So if any of you have used WSUS, majority of us know that, or maybe all of us know that WSUS is for Windows updates. So through doing it through SCCM will be, setting it up will be a little challenge, a little tricky. So we're gonna do that, but three major things. Then monitoring and remediating computers for compliance settings. Again, compliance. You need to really keep the whole environment in check, right? Then there is collecting hardware and software inventory. So deployment, compliance, inventory, and then remote administration. So if we put everything down to 4 lines, this is it. You could just give this, read this before going to interview or trying to sell your idea of, hey, let's get SCCM in our environment, and you can do, summarize it into these 4 major tasks. Okay, let's go ahead. Deploying configuration manager in your organization. So while we talk about this, guys, day one or any day, we should not go without doing any lab. So I wanted to do this. I think all of your labs are also intact, and what I requested was that please have 2 machines there. Okay, everyone is able to see my VMware workstation? You can put it in the chat, yes or no, or yes or no. Okay, I get yeses. So everyone, please try to. Anyone following this lab with me? Okay, good. So many of us are following this lab. Their private messages as well as messages to everyone are going, so I can see, but others cannot. You can try to give a message to everyone as well. Or okay, so many people are actually ready for the lab, and you can see my screen as well. Recording is double checked again. Yes, it is working. What I am doing here is okay, SCCM 912. Let's just put all the other screens. So I have here 2 test machines. I hope you're able to see that. They're not too small, otherwise I can just make it bigger by a magnifying glass. But I have here 2 test machines, so separately I'll be doing some tests before the class. So I would suggest you do the same. Have clone 2 machines. Oh yeah, so Kishan is saying in the Kishan is saying that please show the settings we are using in the machine. Exactly, that's where we are going. Thank you for that reminder as well. And exactly, so what I'm suggesting is just go for 2 test machines as well, because you really need to put the screenshots there, and I'll be waiting for your screenshots for this lab and other labs of SCCM. And take it as a challenge that you have to really master SCCM. You have to really work hard, and your troubleshooting skills will really be demanded in this course, and that's where we really need to use them. So server 1, I'm just gonna start 2 machines. What I requested was that please create 2 clones and don't configure anything else other than creating them. That's it, right? Although I put it in the WhatsApp group that also this is the name of the machine and this is the IP address of the machine. Also, I would request that all of you that those who are not added to WhatsApp group, please send me your cell phone numbers in my email so I could add you in the WhatsApp group. That's a very quick communication, and if you're stuck anywhere, you can just put it on the group. Hey, I'm stuck here and this is a screenshot and blah blah blah, and we can all work on that to resolve the problem for anyone. Okay, what we need here is 2 machines, and I have 2 standalone servers, Windows 2012, and then I have 1 Windows 8 client machine, right? So let's just log into that and quickly create a domain. So I'm just since majority of us, or actually all of us, know how to create a domain and everything, so let me just give you some details of that so you could just start working on that. already. I wanted everyone to start at the same time because when I already give this task 2-3 days ago, then half are finished, half are not finished. So then those who are finished, and they say that just go ahead, and those who are not finished, they say okay, no, show us. So anyway, so what we need to do, I'm just gonna go for that, very sophisticated software called Paintbrush, and draw it quickly here. So 2 machines here, and instead of okay, anyway, so please give the first machine name as server 01, and second machine name, you can start doing that if your machines are in front of you, and if you're just ready to rock and roll, work. So this is the configuration I'm just writing now, so everyone should be on the same page. 192.168.200.1 could be the IP address. So machine names are server 1, server 2. Yeah, I'm going through the lab now. Exactly. There's a comment in the chat. Please go through the lab. So this is the configuration I'm putting, and if you know where to go, what to do, I'm gonna do that anyway. But if you know what to do, where to go, then please go ahead if you want, right? So IP address is 192.168.200.1 and 192.168. Oh, sorry. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. There's another comment here. Could you check the server 2 name? Thank you. Sorry. Where's the rubber? My favorite rubber here. Okay. And there you go. Yeah, server 2 exactly, not 1. So second server is server 2. Thank you. And then did you use VMnet 0 for the network card? Exactly. So I'm just gonna go through all this. Let me just sketch out quickly what we need here. So 192.168.200.50 will be our gateway, and 192.168.200.1 is our DNS server, right? So VMnet 0. So Keshwan, I'll be coming there, and we'll be talking every portion. We're not going to leave any portion behind. So definitely I'm coming there. And thank you for your patience. 192.168.200.2. I'll just quickly sketch it. So if you just see that, go ahead. What am I doing? 255.255.255.0, then go for the gateway 192.168.200.50 gateway, and the DNS is 192.168.200.1. Okay, so name of the servers: server 1, server 2, IP address of the server, this. Okay, now this server 1 is our domain controller. So domain controller DC, when you're installing Active Directory on that, so I'm going to do that all, but I'm just putting those names there. Put the domain name as SCCM domain.local. I'll just put it outside here. SCCM domain.local. Put the DC domain name as SCCM.local, and then oops. So, and also the administrator, we're gonna change or copy the administrator account and change its name, and we're gonna create a new account by copying the administrator account, the domain administrator account, and the new administrator name would be SCCM admin. I'm gonna do all that, but I'm just telling you. So okay, any comments in the chat? So just try to get this information. SCCM admin would be the name of the domain administrator instead of administrator. Then we're going to disable that administrator. This is going to be very handy, and it's a security best practice as well. Also on the DC, so the roles on server 1 are DC, DNS, DHCP. Yes, we need DHCP all the time. So this is the role. This is the configuration. Domain name, the administrator, new administrator name, and then the roles we're going to be installing on that. This is the IP address. Second server, this is of course member server, and we're going to go for, now this is going to have a lot of software, so it should be given in fact 4 GB RAM instead of 2 GB. I recommend it is that. So member server, it's going to have SQL Server, it's going to have WSUS, it's going to have then finally SCCM 2012. Okay, this is of course it has to be joined to the domain. Joined to the domain. So let's so member server. Then we're gonna go for actually prerequisites, prereqs. There's a script I've uploaded there. When we come to the script, I'm gonna tell you that hey, it's not that same script that you downloaded yesterday or the day before yesterday. It's a new script that I uploaded today, but that works. So you have to just go there, back there, and download that too. But I'm gonna send you the link. But okay, prereqs for SCCM. So our lab looks like this, right? So server 1 has DC DNS DHCP, domain name is this, administrator copied administrator name is this, and server 2 will be name is this, IP address is this, member server, prereqs for SCCM, SQL Server, WSUS will be step by step installed. So you have to really follow me there, and let me know if there are any problems. But still, we have to go a little faster. And guys, we're gonna make sure everyone's SCCM has installed perfectly. This is the installation and configuration. Basic installation and configuration is challenging. I'm saying it now. It's challenging, right? So you have to really put your heart and mind into that. And it's not that big difficult, but the thing is that one small mistake and you have to redo this, right? So let's get started. As there was a question there in the chat that did you use VMNet 0 for the network card? So let's just go back. Now I'm gonna put the server 1, I'm gonna rename the machines and give the IP address. So at that time we're gonna check that too. The basic steps, I'm just gonna go for, so server 1, I put the label there for the virtual machine. Is the name change here as well? Okay, it's already name changed actually. So local server, I just first server is server 1. There's no domain installed yet, and if I go to the local server and go to the Ethernet here, so and I click here, so there is one Ethernet card. Please have always 2 network cards. Why? One is for local communication, second is for internet. Whenever we want to add internet, we're going to add that, right? So, and we're mostly the second network card will be disabled, but whenever we need internet, we're gonna enable that, right? So how do we do that? First, I need 2 network cards, right? Okay, there's a question here, WDS on server 2. Exactly, WDS will be on server 2, and we're not going to install now, but later we're going to be properly configuring WDS, but definitely WDS is on server 2 while DHCP is on server 1. Yeah. So but we're going to install today WSUS, but we're not going to be installing WDS. Okay. Let's just go for what I'm doing is I'm going to add the second network card. Some of us did not do that, or maybe don't have an idea, so I'm just going a little slow here. I want every step to be very clear for everyone. So I'm just right clicking the first machine and going to the machine settings. Please ask me any step if you want me to repeat that. If you want to go on mic and say that, because you're doing the lab and you cannot just type and do the lab as well, so you can come on mic. Just make sure please there's no background noise there. So I'm just going to unmute all. Oh, it's on mute all right now. So if anyone needs to come on mic, please just I think you guys can raise your hand, or just put it on the chat here, mic please, and I'm gonna, because it's muted from the administrator me, so I just have to unmute first. But if I unmute, there are some backgrounds where there's a lot of sound coming, so I don't want to unmute everyone. So just let me know if you have any question. Either type it or want to come on mic. Just say it on the chat. I want to come on mic, and I'll just open your mic. Right. So right now, what I'm doing is right click server one, and then going for adding a new network card. So I'll just go to add, press yes, and then go for new network card. And second network card, I need internet there, right? So custom, I'm just gonna go for custom. Either you can go for NAT as well, you can go for bridge as well, especially don't go for bridge because we're gonna have DHCP here, and bridge connects our machine to outside network, so we don't want to go there. So custom and go for VMnet 8, right? If you really want internet connection, always connecting, although if NAT is not working, but we can go for custom VMnet 8 here. Click finish, and this is also recording, so if you do miss and maybe you're way behind, so don't worry, you can just follow the recording as well. Okay, click finish here. I'm just going to make sure that VMnet 8 is there for the second network card. First network card is on VMnet 12. I could have put it on host only. I could have put it, I will never put it on bridge because this is a domain controller and it has DHCP, and DHCP does not, I don't want DHCP to be giving my address outside. So custom and VMnet 12, we can just select anything, but I'm just selecting VMnet 12. You can select 13, 14, 15, anything you want. So I'm just going for custom VMnet 12, right? For the network card, that is going to make internal communication between the servers. And for the second network card, it's the internet connection related network card. Press OK. The second network card is added on the server 1. For some, this is a regular drill. For some, it's new. So I'm just trying to explain everything. So I'm just gonna rename the first network card because later we will need to know which one is. So I'm just renaming first network card as local. Second network card is internet or LAN or WAN. It's up to you. So first network card local, second network card internet, right? So what I did till now, added a second network card. I already gave an IP address there for the local network card, which is, let me just show you properties and uncheck v6 while you're there. v4 double click exactly as I put in the paintbrush. 200.1, 200.50 is the gateway, 200.1 DNS. So if we got that configuration and you have no problem, I can go ahead. This is the configuration of the first server. If my name of the server is okay and my IP address is okay and my firewall is okay, let me just check the firewall. Okay, 2 profiles are and they're disabled. So I'm just gonna launch the installation of Active Directory, so I could just finish up this and join the second server to domain and go for SCCM installations. Let's just create a domain on the first server. All we need to do was rename it and restart and IP address. That's all, right? And make sure firewall is off. So I'm just going to the dashboard and also adding add roles and features there. Next, this is just the binary, adding the binary, right? There's a question here: is sysprep required? No, there's no sysprep required. Okay, so if you already have a template machine, you could maybe you have created 2 clones there, right? So if you have created 2 clones, okay, great. So that's it. One clone is, as I said, the domain controller. Second clone is member server. That's all. So sysprep is only required when we are creating a template machine, but we are not creating template machines. So, and let me know if because a template machine must be run with sysprep. Must. If you have 2 clones which are coming from a template machine where sysprep was not run, so these 2 clones will have the same SID or SID. This means the second machine will not join to the domain if they have same SID, right? So make sure your template machine was shut down with sysprep. Okay, if you don't have it, you want to create it, so I can help you during the week as well. There are videos there on the internet as well I can send you. But I'm gonna be working with every one of you during the week as well, before the next class, to get this environment perfect, right? So I will be on WhatsApp, will be on Skype. Yeah, right, Skype. No way. Now we're on WebEx. Okay, officially. Next and next. So this Active Directory domain services, of course, the second option here. Just add features here. Go ahead, next. Nothing in the features. This is just the binaries of the Active Directory. So I'm just going next, next, next. Finish. Let me know if I'm going fast, so I can go faster. No, I'm gonna go slow. So the binaries are getting installed right now. If I go back to the dashboard, the map, the storyboard actually. Oh, not this one. This was the. Okay, you got me there. So yeah, I'm just missing my G license, and it's gonna expire soon. Anyway, so this one. According to the map, I'm just installing Active Directory binaries. Then I'm gonna deploy the SCCM domain.local or the Active Directory with this domain name, and the SCCM admin would be there renamed. Okay, there's a question in the chat. Sorry, can you please go back to setup, Nick? Yeah, sure. So I'll close the binaries. So these are the two NICs. If you have two network cards, the first network card has the static IP address of 192.168.200.1 and subnet mask this default gateway 192.168.200.50 and 192.168.200.1, you know, the DNS. This is the static configuration of first one. Then okay, sure. So you want to see this? Yep. And you're copying this here. Yeah, let me know if you're. And yeah, so and you can come on mic actually, because you know, you have to type as well. So I unmuted your mic. You can actually talk if you want, Lavan. So got it? Okay, welcome. This is the first network card, and second you know already, right? You don't have to configure anything. Okay. Okay, so if there's nothing else, I'll mute, right? Sure. Yeah, so it's if I double click that and go for details, the default gateway is 200.50.1. Yeah. Thank you. Second one, there is no static IP. I mean, the second network card on the same machine, there is no static IP, right? And on the second server, it's just the .2 is different only, right? Oh, okay. So yeah, putting. Let me know if when you need the mic again, right? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so server 1, 2 network cards, and the binaries are installed on server 1. I'm just gonna go ahead and install the Active Directory. For majority of us or all of us, this is something we have done so many times. So I'm just pressing this yellow triangle after adding the binaries. This only comes when you add the binaries. So I'm just going for the add new forest. Let me know if you have any question. If you need the mic, I'll just SCCM domain.local. This is also getting recorded. So SCCM domain.local is the new domain name. Next. So let's just stick to the same name, because you know, in troubleshooting it would be easy when you're saying okay, this is not working or that is not working. So at least our naming should be correct. Correct or same, of course the other names will be also correct. So then nothing to do here. It's DNS is selected, global cloud is selected. Just go ahead and put the IP address. Next. And it's looking for DNS. We're just in the process of installing, so we're just I just click next. It's all next till the end, right? Nothing here. Make sure your IP addresses were perfect, right? If they're not perfect, we're in big trouble. Big trouble. Okay, so wow, it's taking a long time. On the second machine, oh, it's there, night browser's domain name. So yes, just single name access for any legacy application. Next. So I'm just going a bit quick with the Active Directory installation that everyone must be familiar with, but you still can stop me wherever you want. I'll repeat that, or you want to come on the mic, let me know, because then instead of typing you can just say it fast. Okay, so next finish, it's just Active Directory. The only change I made was SCCM domain.local by selecting a forest and then created SCCM domain.local. Let me know if you missed something and you want to know that. Also, it's getting recorded. So I'm just going fast, so because this is something we did so many times. Okay, while this is installing server 1, so I'm gonna go to server 2. I'm gonna make sure that the computer name is server 2 and the IP address, which I did not configure. I already have 2 network cards here on server 2, just like server 1. And Ethernet 0, I'm just gonna quickly rename it to local. Okay, it's crying in the background. Sitting in the house. Okay, so, and internet. Second network card is internet. Okay, so local, I'm just gonna go and quickly do that. Uncheck v6, v4, 192.168.200.2. That's the only difference. And just go ahead, 192.168.200.50. The gateway, do not forget the gateway. It's mucho importante. Okay, 192.168.200.1, right? The DNS. Okay. Make sure no mistake is here, because SCCM will definitely rely on all this information. And let's just press OK. So let's just get more of the configuration covered here. So okay, let's just yeah, IP address. I'm local, I've given already. Okay guys, we will need internet for the duration of the installation of SCCM. So if I go back to the drawing board, we need a second NIC must be enabled. Second NIC must be enabled. And internet, make sure that you have internet connection is a must. Okay, so this is for the server 2 that we require internet connection, right? And that's why the second machine already has oh, let me just check. If I just scroll down, yeah, I have internet here. So if I go to the machine setting of the second machine, right click it, it should be connected to VMnet 8 NAT, right? The second network card, which is custom VMnet 8, exactly, it's there. One thing is that it's there. Second thing is it's VMnet 12, so it's communicating with my internal machines as well as internet. So I'm showing all the settings so you could make sure that this is exactly how you have, and you should have internet. If there's no yellow sign here, then circle here, triangle, you have internet. Okay, I'm not going to disable the internet network card here. Of course, I need internet on the second machine, right? So I'm just going to go on the first machine. It's just waiting for, Active Directory is waiting for me. So I click install and just leave it alone, and it's going to install the whole thing. Active Directory and restart. So once we restart, the only next thing, well, there will be 2 steps now on the Active Directory. If I go back to the map now, domain being installed, yes. 2 more steps will be after restart: installation of DHCP So if I go there, installation of DHCP will be the remaining steps on the server 1, and copying the domain administrator account, putting this name there, logging off from this administrator account, signing into the SCCM admin account, and then disabling this administrator account. So 2 major tasks after the installation of Active Directory on server 1 would be this, and getting the second administrator name, as well as DHCP. After that, we are done with the server 1 installation, and we're going to concentrate on all these prerequisites on server 2. So if I go minimize here, installation is still going on server 1. So I'm just going to be flipping back and forth between server 1 and server 2, but I'm going to be explaining everything. So server 1 in Active Directory installation is going on. Server 2, if I go back here, IP address is good, I have internet connection, server 2 name is okay, and if I check the firewalls, here 2 of the profiles are off. When it joins to the domain, the 3rd profile should be also off, which we will do manually. So everything for now is okay on server 2, and we're just waiting for it to restart and create that domain, which it is restarting now. So while server 1 is restarting and server 2 is waiting, there are many prerequisites of SCCM that we need to deploy one by one on our server 1 as well as server 2, right? So if I go to my paintbrush here, this is just what we understood already, that on server 2 these will be the rules. Okay, yeah, we understand that. But the major, we have to be very careful about is deploying prerequisites, because there are so many and they are so small and so many requisites. So if you miss 1 or 2, of course, for any major installation or any component later we're trying to configure, it's going to say, oh, I'm not working unless you install that small prerequisite. So it's a pain to actually install all the prerequisites, to go to all those places to enable the prerequisites. But this task has been simplified by a script, so it deploys all the prerequisites needed for the SCCM, the small ones. It does not deploy SQL Server, it does not deploy a WSUS server, of course it does not deploy a SCCM server because it's a prerequisite of SCCM server. So all the small configurations in different places it's going to do. Once we are good with the environment, I'm sending you so there are huge amount of blogs, online blogs on the internet, where people have put so many screenshots to install and deploy SCCM. So while I'm doing this step by step and explaining everything, I'm going to be sending that blog as well, where one guy has done so many screenshots, put so many screenshots to all the prerequisites. Although we're going to try to use the script instead of going to all those areas to click and enable in web server, in features. So we're going to use the one script, and that script should be working fine with us. Right now I was just saying that, okay, the next major thing after we have configured first server is deploying prerequisites, and we must make it right. So I'm just going to go back here to the first machine and log in from administrator account. Our domain is created, and I want to get rid of the administrator. I want to disable that, and I want to create my own SCCM admin account. This has become very necessary step. So once Active Directory is installed and it is restarted, first step, go to Tools, go to Active Directories and Computers. Okay. And then where is that administrator account? It's inside the users container. This is administrator account, right? I'm going to right click the administrator account. It is being recorded, so don't worry, you're not going to miss any step. Right click the administrator account, copy, click copy there, and SCCM admin, right? It's not case sensitive, but just for understanding. So SCCM admin. Next, the class password ABC shift 1 to 3, small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1 to 3, and nothing else. Next, finish. So once this you have to copy that, so all the permissions will across the domain forest will go to SCCM admin as well, right? Now do not disable it here. Now just sign out from here, other user, SCCM admin, sign in, right? So once I'm signed in from SCCM admin, I'll just quickly go to Tools and disable that administrator. Active Directories and Computers. As I'm just going step by step, a bit slow for things that you have done. Most of you have done, but some of you have not done it. But I want to make sure our lab is perfect, because if we make one thing wrong, this breathing dragon SCCM will not like that. So some of the things that I want to make sure, so I'm just going back to the users container again, and this time I'm just disabling the account because I'm logged in from SCCM admin, and I'm going to do everything from now on with SCCM admin, and because this is the exact copy of domain administrator, enterprise administrator. So once this is done, I'm going to quickly deploy DHCP as well. Add roles and features again. I'm on dashboard, add roles and features. Let me know if I'm fast, but my bad. So today because of that arrangement, I could not, 1 hour was wasted, so I'm just going a little fast, but definitely next class we're gonna just carry on as well, whatever I miss here. But I want to just cover some significant areas so you could practice, and I will work with every one of you. So there's comment in the chat, please go very fast. So okay, done. This was the SCCM installation. Thank you very much for today. No. Okay, anyway, let's just go ahead. Next, and this time I need DHCP, and click add features. Next, nothing in the features. Next, it's just next, right? What I selected was DHCP. Okay, while DHCP is going on, I was talking about the map, about the deployment of. I installed DHCP in the beginning. Is it okay? Yes, it's okay, no problemo. So DHCP, this is just the binaries of DHCP that we're gonna configure it. You can just take any 10 IP addresses from 60 to 70. Okay, there's that DHCP. If I click close here and go to the yellow triangle, complete DHCP configuration, and it's going to create those security groups and users. Click next and commit. Once you have all these steps, please do repeat it at home. Do create your 2 test machines and start from scratch because I just started from scratch, right? From just two unconfigured clones. So close. Now I can configure the DHCP quickly. So I'm just gonna go to tools, DHCP, IPv4. Later we have to come to these configurations when we're working with SCCM. So new scope, next. Just name anything, first scope or whatever. Enter. IP address 192.168.200.60 up to 192.168.200.70. You can just give any 10 numbers as long as 50 is not there, because 50 is our gateway, right? So 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, whatever. Okay, next. And let's not include any exclusions. That was just to understand when I was doing the MCSE labs. Next. Lease duration 8 days, yeah, whatever. Yes, I want to configure these options, definitely yes. Next. Our gateway is, so this is what DHCP will tell the clients, hey, your gateway is 200.50, and click add here. And hey, your parent domain is SCCM domain.local, Mr. Client, and 10,000 Windows 7 and 8 machines, and your DNS is this. Next. Wins we are not using, so forget it, clients. Next. Yes, activate the scope. Okay. Finish. And DHCP is done. Let's just close this. Okay, so if we go back to the slide there, this task is done, and then this task is done, DHCP. So server 1 is okay, good. Now let's just quickly join this to the domain and go for the prerequisites, because that's going to be pain. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to there's another question in the chat. Do we need to flush DNS? If we deploy Active Directory with DNS and restart, forward lookup zone is configured, so name resolution is perfectly working. Later we're going to be deploying reverse lookup zone, then we're going to do that. But even if you flush DNS now, it's okay, but we don't need to right now. But later I'm going to let you know that where reverse lookup zone is required and we need to do that. So definitely for now we don't need that, and its name resolution is working perfect. Okay, server 2, and I'm just gonna quickly join it to domain, then we go for prerequisites. And guys, be very careful about the prerequisites, and I hope you have downloaded all the files that I gave the link in the under day 1 on the LMS on that site, Academy site. So I'm just gonna go for SCCM domain.local. Always put the full name, full domain name, and it's asking for a credential, SCCM admin, and ABC, shift ABC, and shift 1 to 3. Press OK. Okay, join to the domain. Go. And restart. Okay, so once this is done, now we need to understand something here. So there's server 1 and there's server 2. According to what we put here, we have completed these tasks. We are now going to complete these tasks here on server 2. So deploying the prerequisites. Before doing that, let me just get back to the slide, because I just went directly to installation, so in order to not waste time. But we're going to be talking about a lot of concepts once we have our environment and steps completed, and then I'm gonna show those areas where what we have just created now. But anyway, during the installation we're gonna have that chance, although we're down to 9 o'clock. So there's a primary site, and there's a secondary site, and there's a central administration. I'm going to be doing that while the installation is going on, and there's a a bit long installation going on when we try to deploy the prerequisites. It's going to take a little time, so and then I'm going to go for the concepts again. I'm just skipping those for now and going up to, okay, there's a comment here. When I add the server 2 to domain, it says I have duplicate SID. Ouch. Should I do sysprep before clone? Yeah, so now you have duplicate SID. There's a file called new SID. If you Google that file, new SID, you will, and you have to run on the second server. But before creating any other clone, any new clone, you have to recreate your template machine, or just start your template machine. And you know this, see this. If you can see my screen, new SID version 4.1. Just download this. So just type in the Google new SID, download this, and run it on just the second machine, and it will run and restart. After restart, check if it did not change the name or IP address. If that is okay, just join the domain. It will join. But we should all know that there is a solution if by any chance the SIDs are same. So go for Google and new SID, and you should actually all download this tool. We never know when we would need that if the SIDs are same, because we're all working on virtual environments everywhere now. It's virtualized environments, so if SIDs somehow are same, this is the tool to go for it. Okay, and it's good that this issue arrived, so now we all know. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and skip some of the basic concepts of SCCM to grab hold of the labs. All the software we need are there under the day one as well. And okay, so this is create basic lab. We did all that. Configure static IP, configure names, install domain DNS, DHCP, rename admin account, join server to domain. Second is this: install all prereqs, install ADK, install SQL Server, install WSUS, install SCCM. See, it's fully loaded. So even today we should have had 4 hours. Instead, now we have 2 hours. We had 2 hours. Okay, so what we're doing here is that install the prerequisites require these steps. So if I take you to these steps here, okay, not these steps, sorry. Yeah, this step. So on server 1, now our basic network is created, right? So these are the next steps for configuration of prerequisites for SCCM. Now on server 1, creating the system management container. So first of all, please all reply on chat by putting yes or no. Is your basic network ready? Basic domain installed and your server joined to the domain? Everyone's? Yes? No? Okay, Michael's done. Anyone else whose basic domain is done, and you can press yes or type yes there on the chat. Okay, there's a no and there's a yes. Okay, server 1 is done, working on server 2. Okay, great. Server 2 is, yeah, so join to the domain, put the IP address and all that stuff. So anyone else who's done, so put on the chat. Okay, and once all the domain is created, the first change we have to make for SCCM is on server 1, and the second change also need to be done on server 1 for SCCM, and we're going to talk about all the changes, why we're doing what we're doing. Then on server 2, the major part is the deployment of all the prerequisites required for SCCM. It's a long list, but thankfully we have a script that should be doing, and you must have internet connection on the server 2, right? And I told you how to get that already, or showed you. Then on server 2, we're going to be deploying Windows Assessment and Deployment Kit, or ADK, 8.1. So if these prerequisites are done, only then we can think about going ahead. So there are few steps for the first prerequisite, which is creating the system management container inside the Active Directory ADSI edit inside the schema for SCCM. So we are preparing the schema of our forest for deployment of SCCM. So creating the system management container has few steps here. Since it is recording, so I'm just going to go ahead with the steps now, and it's going to be, so yeah, also one more thing is that I'm going to send this link to everyone, because it has all the installation steps one by one, and this guy really worked hard. So this will be a very good kind of reference. So I'm just going to see in your Google group now, Skype. Okay. Oh, it's still named Skype. I'm gonna definitely change that, or not. It's created now. So the Skype group that works on WebEx. Okay, so this is step-by-step SCCM deployment screenshot blog for reference. Wow, this is a long detail. So this will be a very good reference for what I'm doing. Maybe there are 5 or 6 smaller steps I'm taking, and you might have missed any one of those. So this link will really help. So it's check your group now. I have sent that, and open that blog. It's a long one, but stay with me now. Try to see and understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing. But that blog will really help you, throughout the week, and I'll be there for all your steps as well. So okay, let's just go ahead now, and I'm just going to do the first step of prerequisite, which is the creating the system management container. So this is just to get the ADSI edit or Active Directory or the schema of the Active Directory to get ready for deployment of SCCM. So I'm just going back to my server 1 now. On server 1, I have tools, and there's ADSI edit, which lets us see inside the skeletal structure of Active Directory. So we can access schema, we can access Active Directory partitions through this, right? So ADSI edit is there. I'll click that, and I'm gonna right click the ADSI edit. These are the same steps exactly. The link I sent you, it's a long document or a blog, but if you press Control F, it will offer you search, and in Control F, if you type this system management, only when you write system management, you will find where I am. But if you are following me already, okay, while your second machine is working, you can still work on this first machine, at least if the directory was successfully installed. So connect to, if I click that, whatever is the selection here, I'm just going to press OK here. So I right clicked ADSI edit and clicked connect and press OK. Now the schema, we're inside the domain partition. So here, if we expand further, there is that computers, domain controllers, and everything. I'm gonna go for system here, and right click the system container. So again, so first I was here, default naming context, then I was here, expanded that, then expanded the domain name, and there you go, down here, system. What I'm doing here is I'm going to create a container called system management, or an object. I'm going to create actually an object. So right click the system, go to new, and click object here, right? And when we click the create object here by right clicking the system, we can go down, and here is that word called container, right? So we're gonna just click container here and click next, and we need to just give a name to this container. So system management, that's it. Guys, if you're writing that now, make sure S is capital. This is a case sensitive writing. S has to be capital, M has to be capital, and the rest has to be small, and there has to be a space in between. If you do anything other than that, further down the road when we're installing SCCM, it's going to pop up errors, because this is a change we're making in the domain partition. This is a sensitive area, so it says exactly this, case sensitive. Just write system management like that. So click next and finish. Click next and finish. System management, right? It is created here, right? System management. Okay, once this is done, then we need to add the second server, which is about to be SCCM server. We're going to add that server here. So I'm just going to minimize that and go to tools and go to Active Directory user and computers. Now we need to know where's that container created, right? So tools and Active Directory users and computers. Okay, so do you see system container here? Anyone sees in their Active Directory system container? No. Maybe there's a reason. So yes, you're not going to find it here, because you have to go to view, you have to go to advanced features. This enables the security features, right? So advanced features. Now you see a lot of other containers, and one of them is system. And when we go inside the system, there is this system management container under the system, and we had to go through view and advanced features, right? So system management, right click. Once we right click the system management, what we are doing here is we created a container called system management, and we are adding the would be SCCM machine into this container. Server 2 will be our SCCM machine, so we're adding that machine here, and we're putting some permissions there for that machine. So this is required for Active Directory, for our forest to accept SCCM deployment, right? So system management, right click and delegate control here. When we go to delegate control, we go next. Now it's asking, hey, where is that machine, or which machine is supposed to be or will be in near future as SCCM server. So I'm just gonna click add here, and well, the machine name is actually server, so I'm just gonna type server here and check name. Oops. Okay, serve only and check name. Okay, why it's not giving me machine name? Because object types, the machine is not selected, computer is not selected. Where object types, computer has to be selected. Press OK. Now I have typed still SER and check name, so there are our machines. The second server will be in near future the server 2, so press OK here and press OK. Now we need to assign some permissions to it as well inside this container, this server, so our forest or schema could accept our SCCM deployment on this server later. So I'll keep it here and click next and go for create a custom task to delegate. Create a custom task to delegate, then next. and this folder existing objects all. Let me just check one thing here. If I go next here, yeah, this is it. So I'm just selecting this folder existing, the top one. I'm just selecting that, right? Keep it selected. Next. Now I'll just go for all these permissions, full control, and it goes really way down. What it's doing is that it's giving this machine all the powers to accept SCCM installation. Not only that, but whatever changes SCCM wants to make in the schema, it's going to let that happen through SCCM as well. So next, and schema changes will be done only now. What we're doing, it's not like every day whatever SCCM changes, schema will be adding those. So these schema changes will be made right now. So I've selected all these, and next. These are all the steps exactly there as well in that form. If you missed any small step, don't worry. And since it is recording anyway, and I'm going quite slow as well. So once this step is done in the ADSI edit and Active Directory using computers, then I'm going to close that. And the next step is that I have to run a file called extend the schema. Extend the schema. So there's a file, exe file, and that file is present where? That file is present inside the DVD of SCCM. So I have already made some changes in the Active Directory, right? Second thing is I need to have access to the DVD of SCCM. So I'm going to right click the server, settings, and I'm going to go to the DVD, browse. My DVD had Windows 2012. All your server one will have this. So I'm just gonna go back to where I have the SCCM 2012 ISO located. I hope everyone downloaded SCCM 2012 from the link I sent, or that link there in the under day one in the Microsoft Word document. If you already have that SCCM 2012 ISO downloaded, then you need to just go there now and mount it to this DVD, right? So I'm just going for what I'm doing, SCCM stuff and software, and so I'm just going to following up with everyone's lab before the next class as well, and making sure whatever we get to do today, everyone has reached that point or not. So for lab, where I put it, and this is the file which I have, but you can just download directly from internet as well, the SCCM product. If you just type SCCM there, System Center Configuration Manager, but I gave the access to you to all all those software, right? So you must have downloaded that already. So a System Center Configuration Manager, double click that, and it is copied to DVD. And now the SCCM DVD or media is connected, right? I just need that file and run that file from command prompt actually. Okay, where's that file? Let me just show you first. This will complete that making schema accept the SCCM installation or extend some of its attributes in schema. So this is the DVD of SCCM. If I just open that, inside the DVD of SCCM is SMS setup. I need to go inside. Then there is bin. I need to go inside that too. Then there is x64. You will all find the same path. And if I go way down and click anywhere and just type E, I am pressing the word E right now. There it is. So ext ad sch. What does that mean for? Or attribute for? Extend active directory, which is ad, and sch is schema. Extend active directory schema. We need to run this file from within command prompt, and that command prompt has to be administrator. That command prompt has to be opened with administrator privileges. So all these steps, kind of look tricky, but when you redo it one or two or three times, it's gonna be a piece of cake. And this is something that SCCM needs to be done before its deployment, right? So this is the file, this is the path. I just need to go to this path through command prompt, that's all, and run this file. How do I do that? If I just click anywhere here and on my keyboard press the Windows key and X key, hard keys, so Windows and X, so this one pops up and command prompt with admin is showing here, the Windows key and X key. So command prompt with admin is showing here, click that, press yes. I need to go to this path now. First of all, it's a DVD, right? So must be D drive, D colon, enter, then dir. Am I in DVD? Yep, I'm in DVD. There's that SMS setup. So I'll just start typing SM and press tab to auto complete that, right? SMS setup. But I needed to type actually. I just went back and CD SMS setup, right? So now I'm inside the folder SMS setup. If I dir this or see the contents inside, there's that bin folder. And if I go for CD space bin, enter, I'm inside the bin folder. Then I go for x64, there's that. So CD x64 folder, enter. Now I know that ext file is inside there, right? So it's not a folder, it's a file. So I'm just going to start typing the name ext and press tab. It's going to auto complete that, and that's the only file with this name, so that file appeared here, right? And press enter. Successfully extended the Active Directory schema, exactly what we need to see. This is it, successfully extended the Active Directory schema. Okay, so this was the two tasks we needed to do to extend the schema so the Active Directory could welcome the SCCM deployment or know the attributes of SCCM inside the schema. So this is done. These were the steps, and they are recorded, and they are in that blog as well. You just need to know where to go and what to do. So I'm just gonna minimize that, not closing it, and closing definitely this one. So if I go to the slide now, first task we did, create the system management container. Yes, we did. Second task we did, extending Active Directory schema. Now on server 2, let's just head to server 2, and there's a long list. In fact, in that blog which I sent you the link for, from step 1 to step 17 or step 16, they're all, go there, click this, go there, click this, go there, click this. All the prerequisites are there, right? So let's just use this, to install this SCCM script prerequisites. We're going to use the script that is present on this link. So I'm going to put this PDF under day 1 as well. So you could just see this, links and these documents as well. So you should have access to that. Day 1 to that. You should be enrolled to that course, right? So I'm just showing that there's a script that we need to run. Now I need to show you on the Dropbox that that script is actually you must have downloaded a script there which was written number 1. So I'm just going to show you that I changed it. So let me just drag this Dropbox here. There you go. There's a Dropbox here. And Skype classes. It's gonna haunt us now. Me especially. So, oh, sorry. Not even here. Yeah, it's here. So software. So this is the link which I sent you all there. I am going to send it in the Google group as well now. So what difference it, or in fact it's going in the chat, but okay, let me just put it in the group. Skype Dropbox link for software. So if some of you missed that link, Control A. So just check your Google group now. So here, when you access this folder, there's that script that you need to download. There was a different script today. 4 hours ago I just uploaded this because I checked that last script first and it did not work. It had some errors. So you have that script, but if you want to use it, go ahead. It's not going to work. This one is going to work, so download this. And other than this, you must have downloaded already SQL Server. You must have downloaded all this because all this is required, and SCCM is there. Some ADK is required, and language files, yeah, that's later. These are all later. So from 1 up to 5 are required for installation, right? So I just showed you this link. I'm just gonna put it back, and now what I wanted to show was that script. The key to installation of all this, if you have seen the blog, or if the blog is open, which I sent you the link for the deployment or the screenshots, you would see that from step 1 up to step 16 are all we have to do if we are not using this script. So that's why it's smart to use the script. Let me just grab that now. CCM stuff, prereqs. This is the script which I uploaded there. So it's a zipped form. Just download WinRAR from there as well. I uploaded that as well. I'm just copying this folder, and that's the script there which I just showed you, and just sent the link to everyone. I hope everyone has opened that link. Okay, there's an comment in the chat. Link does not exist. Really? So nobody can access this? Okay. Let me just check. Okay, I'm just logging in from the second server, other user. Wow, putting the password there. SCCM admin. Let me just log in and put that folder there. Then I'm going back to that. Oh, it's not gonna paste. It's we have to go with the shared folder. Okay, so why it did not work? Let me just check Dropbox. Enter. Okay, where Skype classes, web, software. Oh, seriously. Okay. You know what? I sent the www link. Okay, my bad, sorry. Sending again. You know, today I'm sending like links and links and links. Hey, don't go for there. Go for there. Hey, don't go for there. Here. Ugh. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Okay, so second Dropbox link, and it works. For software, and sent. So please check now and let me know and confirm, please. Sorry, it's in the Google group now. Let me know if you got it. Okay, great, thanks. So although all the software is there that you need to download, thank you. But you can just go for that script. If you didn't download anything else, though, so go for from 1 up to 5. You need to download everything. Okay, so on server 2, because I cannot directly paste on that, and although VMware tools are installed, but I'm going to go for shared folders. I'm going to enable the shared folders on server 2. So I could paste that script inside the C drive of server 2, right? Standard procedure for getting a software inside if VMware tool somehow is not working. So I'm on options. I went to shared folders. After going to right click and settings of the machine, I went to options, shared folders, and there is enabled until next power off or suspend. So yes, oh sorry, always enabled, it should be there. Always enabled option. This will only come if you have installed VMware tools, and if you haven't configured it, so install VMware tools, and then you have to click add, and you have to go next and browse. It will show your laptop OS or your host OS in your laptop, and there you need to just, I just gave the path of my laptop D drive, so that's what it's showing here right now. If I press OK, I enabled the shared folders, right? So if I go to this PC and go to Z drive, and then go, there's that D drive of my laptop operating system. So D drive there, and go for, I'm just gonna go for my couple of billion folders here, SCCM, and there's that prereq. So now I'm accessing this folder from within that virtual machine through shared folder feature of the virtual machine. So this is the extracted one, unzipped one folder which I unzipped it. So I'm just gonna copy from here, and I'm gonna put in the C drive root. Let me see if it lets me put that in the root. Yep, it does. So I just pasted this script here, and what I need to do is, or what we need to do is, once you've successfully put that script inside C drive, just go to PowerShell with administrator privileges and run it, and good luck to me especially. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, there's that PowerShell. I know the script is in the C root, and this is the folder. So I'm just going to go to the PowerShell, right click, PowerShell, right click, run as administrator, right? So when we run as administrator when we run PowerShell for the first time on any Windows computer, okay, PowerShell is always on Windows only. So any computer, so you have to give yourself permissions to run any script, and that there's a command for that. So it's set, S-E-T, dash execution policy, but if you just put exe and press tab, it's going to autocomplete that. So set dash execution policy unrestricted, and enter is gonna say yes or no. We're gonna just press Y and press enter, right? So the command is, I'm putting in chat as well, set dash execution policy unrestricted. So I just put it on the chat as well. So this is a command, set dash execution policy unrestricted. When you first time open PowerShell, this you have to run this, and this is just once. Okay, so now what do we do? We're going to go to that path where that PowerShell script is present, which is in the root of the C drive. Okay, I'm gonna go to that folder from within the PowerShell now. So cd /dir, there's that folder, install -cm blah blah blah. So cd, I'm just gonna type cd to go inside that, or change directory or go inside that folder, and then start typing the first few letters of that folder name, ins, and then press tab to autocomplete the full long name. Okay, and press enter. Now I'm inside that folder, dir, and there's that .ps1 script. So .ps1 extension is only for PowerShell scripts files. I need to execute that, so let's just do that. ins, if I type that and press tab here, because it's not a folder, it's a file, so that's why I did not put cd there. So if you want to execute any of the scripts, this is what you need to do. You just have to type the initial letters and then press tab to autocomplete, and it's going to have a dot and a backslash, then the name of the script, right? So this means it's about to execute this. So press enter, and this is what it's going to do. It's going to open this window, this software here. It's a prerequisite, so config manager, config mgr, configuration manager, system center configuration manager 2012 R2 prerequisites installation tool 1.3. So there's that central admin. So first of all, it's saying pending reboot, no reboot required, platform. It has to be all green. If any one of it is red, it might be red here, sufficient rights detected. This would be if you did not open this unsupported platform detected. Seriously? Like undetected platform. Oh, unsupported. I mean, not detected. So unsupported platform detected. What's going on is so is it Windows Server 2012 or 2, Michael? Is it Windows Server 2012 or 2? Supported platform. Unsupported platform. Is it standard or enterprise or data center? I hope it's not standard. So if you go to run and type winver, you will see the version as well. I guess it should be, yeah, data center. Other than that, so supported version of supported operating system found info, which is platform. That's weird. If you have Windows Server 2012 R2 there, you know what? Run all the updates. Okay, data center. So maybe you did not run all the updates, although you know I don't run updates on machines, but for this machine, for some reason I just ran. It was just there, and I clicked the option. Okay, so what? But I normally tend to save space. Is anyone else who's following? If anyone else is following, is getting anyone got all green? And because these are totally new machines for me as well. Anyone else following and got all green? Wow, Michael. So this means you and I are last people standing. Come on, anyone else not with us? So yeah, it's I don't blame you. It's not yet. Okay. But it's okay. I mean, like it is already a lot of steps, and it's recording, so you will have to just follow this, and screenshots will be expected, of course. So okay, Michael, I think we have to troubleshoot that. Okay, anyway, so what I wanted to show you here, because it's 9:41 and class was till 10, so what I wanted to show you here is to at least leave the script running on your machines, and at least let this software do that. If any of you guys are having issues with this, then I'll be in contact with you, and we're gonna troubleshoot that together. Right now, let me just finish this. There's less time remaining, so there is a central administration site tab here. So central administration site in so let me just go back to this quick table diagram here, trying, which is not here. Yeah, there it is. So this just shows that there is central administration site. So, and then there are primary sites, which are the main sites where you do all the day-to-day tasks, and then there are secondary sites as well. So primary sites are the main area where we configure everything. If there is one physical location and the machines, your Windows Server should be data center or standard version. So data center is okay. I think standard also is okay. I was just asking, just because it should not be. If it's 2012 R2, it's okay. What I'm saying is, Michael, start your Windows updates and then try it again. Because the only difference between my machine and your machine is I have all the updates for the Windows 2012. It is also fully updated? Oh, seriously? Okay. Okay, now we have a problem. So we need to see what's wrong. That link, I'm gonna send you all in the group that link. Whose that guy's script is this? So then, hey, you're not running it on domain controller, right? If you are running it on domain controller, or if this machine is data center is not joined to the domain, it must be a member server, and you must be logged in from the domain administrator, and it must not be running on. Oh, gotcha there, right? Hey, okay. It's on DC. Yes, DC is a no-no. That script will never run on DC. Okay, great. But anyway, we got that. Okay, so yeah, so on member server, and make sure you're logged in from domain administrator, so SCCM admin. Okay, so where I was explaining this, it's central administration. So central administration site just means that this is the feature we install, which just handles all the primary sites. While any primary site is a site where there's a SQL database and where all the central functionality is going on. If central administration site is not there, then in one physical location you will create one primary site. Right now we're going to be, not right now, maybe next class, we're going to be creating a primary site only. Later we're going to add another primary site, which will be another branch, and in order for both the sites to work together, collaborate, we must have a central administration site. So what to understand here is that primary site is where we will be doing most of the configurations, or all of the configuration. We're going to have a SQL Server database related to primary site. And central administration site is if you have multiple primary sites, then centrally you can administrate those sites. And secondary site is where there is lesser users and computers, so primary site is not needed, so secondary site is created. But there will be more attributes we're going to be talking about. Right now our configuration is that we're going to create a primary site, so we are installing the prerequisites of the primary site. That's what I wanted to tell you. So if I go back to the machine here, there's a central administration site tab, but I'm going to go for the primary site and make sure also that internet is connected. Two things are done. There is that button called download prerequisites. It's going to take a long time. Once the download are completed, and it is also making changes inside this Windows now. Wherever the prerequisites are required for SCCM, it's going to automatically configure all those areas, and it's going to show here what it's configuring. So click this and click install. Once it is finished and stop moving and it is all green bar here, do not click install again. Okay, let's just click install now. I click download prerequisites files and click install. Internet connection is there, so installing the role .NET Framework 3.5. At certain point during the installation, it's going to ask us to create a local folder, and also it's going to ask us to give the path of SCCM DVD during this. So what I can see from the time as well, that I think we will only be able to do this prerequisites on this area, the SQL Server installation, the ADK installation, WSUS installation, and finally, okay. So and the WSUS and SCCM installation will have to wait for next class. So what I'm expecting is that everyone please get your two machines up to this, where we have started deploying the configuration manager 2012 R2 prerequisites, and last 12 minutes are there. So in next class we're gonna just finish the whole installation. Installation of SCCM takes several classes actually, always. Even if my installation was perfect, even if we started 3 hours back, it would not have finished easily in 3 hours. It takes time. Now I have sent to you the link as well, which has all the installation in those screenshots. This video, but do not go ahead of this video. Just reach where this video is reaching. So even if it takes longer time at 10 o'clock, I'm just gonna continue the video, so the installation will keep on going, and we can finish the class at 10, but I will just keep the video on until this particular bar reaches 100% here. What I wanted to show here, don't miss that it's going to stop at certain point. It's going to say, give me the path of a local folder. You have to create a local folder either in C drive or in downloads folder. Okay, it's saying installing role background intelligent bits service. It's installing, then installing all this. So yeah, it's going to ask that create a local folder. You have to create a local folder. Then it's going to ask that give the path of the SCCM DVD. So very important. And this prerequisites, if you don't do it like this, we're not doing anything, right? We're just watching. Then it's then that link that I sent, you can see that from step 1 up to step 16 you have to click and go to all these places and click, and it was pain when I was doing that in the previous class. So scripts just make our life easier. So it's installing .NET framework, configuration APIs. It's just installing for us everything. In upcoming Exchange class as well, of course, where we're gonna go Exchange 2013 and Office 365 Cloud. There's gonna be lots of scripts there. In fact, we're gonna go start from 2010, then 2013, and then Office 365 Cloud, all 3 in 1. That's what is required in the market now, right? So okay, but it's going to be a lot of extensive labs there as well. Now data extensibility. So this script must work perfectly, otherwise step 1 up to step 16 on that article you have to go that way if that doesn't work. Oh, there's a question, when is the next course? There are many students who are asking for Exchange class, many students, and I'm adding also Office 365, which is the most important nowadays. It's up to the if there's more demand, then we can dedicate Monday and some other days for Exchange as well, simultaneously. Although we can start after the course is finished, or when the course this is in the middle, we will be starting the Exchange as well. So I'll be sending emails, or if you are interested, you could email me that yes, you're interested, so we can plan that class as well. But we do need to support this. Yes, so there's a question as well that okay, thank you. So there's another question from Michael, that SCCM 2012 supports Win 10. So we have to deploy service packs and proper updates. Yes, it now supports Windows 10, and it's going to be a bit tricky. Okay, and there's one student is saying start Exchange class soon as well. Maybe when you see that there are very complicated labs of SCCM. So if you want to go simultaneously with Exchange as well, that's another thing. But we will be starting. I'll be starting asking Exchange server classes as well. Then of course again we'll be going for newer students are asking for VMware and Citrix. Yes, guys. Also, I'll be adding storage as well with EMC and NetApp storage, which is very crucial for all virtual environments. There are just, of course, the software side of it, but it goes, once hardware is configured, then software side is a day-to-day what you use every day, right? So there are many new courses coming, and especially the cloud course for Azure and AWS together in one cloud course. That's going to be very complicated, but definitely that's the new thing in the market. Okay, so it's going fine, and it's just going to stop somewhere here to ask for the SCCM media, but before it's going to ask you to download the create a folder local, and it's going to download all those stuff, this stuff there. Already installed, Windows Server Update Tools. If this is successful, it's a big relief always. Okay, there you go. So I just wanted to show you that, don't miss it. If this pops up, so I'll just choose, in the downloads folder, and there's a make new folder option appearing here. So go for make new option, and so SCCM prereqs. Just create that folder under downloads or under C drive, under documents, wherever. And once this folder is created, keep it clicked and press OK. Now it is saying browse to the config manager source files, SMS setup bin x64. Now we need to make sure that server 2 DVD has SCCM 2012 ISO file mounted to it, and then we're going to go to this path, SMS setup bin x64. So I'm just going to go for server 02 settings. Let me check if the DVD is connected. So DVD, oh no, it has Windows 2012. Browse. So I'm just going to go back to that folder structure. And yeah, this is SSM Standard 2012. The link I just sent you for Dropbox, it has this, so just download that if you didn't already. So I'm just mounting this SCCM 2012 media or ISO to this. There it is mounted, and I need to go to this path, which is already written above there. So SMS setup, go inside, bin, go inside, x64, go inside. Actually, don't go inside, just x64, click that, press OK. It's gonna just grab what it needs, and so I'm just clicking at x64 as the path here shows. Press OK. Now it's downloading 56 files, right? So now that's going okay, 41, 42, 43. Okay, it's going great. Once it is done, do not ever click install again, right? It doesn't say that anywhere that, oh, I'm done, click finish. Install will still appear there, and this will appear there. If you click install again, it's gonna start over the whole thing again. So there's the 51. Guys, again, if you're not in WhatsApp group, please email me your cell number so I could add you in the WhatsApp group. And also those who are not enrolled in the 243-70-243 exam inside the online academy, let me know. And make sure that before next class your two machines are done with all other things and they are there in this location where we are now, right? Starting to verify that all features were successfully installed. Okay, it's gonna verify everything now. If verification is good, we're good. And this is just the start. I mean, prereqs have to be perfect, then only we can go for then we're gonna go for ADK installation, then we're gonna go for SQL Server, then we're gonna go for WSUS, and then finally SCCM 2012. This is here, right? So obviously it has gone to the next class, and sorry about what happened today unexpectedly. Okay, so successfully installed all the required Windows features, and we reached 10 o'clock as well. So primary site on server 2 prerequisites are all installed and configured. So make this in your two machines here in the class, as well as create two separate machines for your test machines and name them test machines 1 and 2 and 3 for Windows 8, and then repeat this whole thing there, and screenshots are expected, right? So please, I'm going to be following up with your screenshots, and there will be badges and there will be rewards inside the academy as well. And okay, so screenshots are expected. Please send me your cell phone who are not already inside the WhatsApp, and do this before Tuesday. Complete your screenshots, as well as keep your machines at this where this has been done. We can disclose that now, we don't need it anymore, right? But don't click install again, right? It's done. So close here, and this is from where we're gonna start on Tuesday with WebEx, right? So maybe there will be more students joining, so I'm just gonna get them up and running till here. Okay, so if there are any questions, let me know, and on WhatsApp please stay active and do these labs and let me know where you're stuck, so I'll help you. So there's a question, when are you going to upload this video? So I'm just going to start uploading to YouTube this video now, and this video is only accessible from within that online academy where you're enrolled with your course. And in fact, let me just show you here. These are all the courses, and adding more, but in Microsoft Courses, if you know already, so I'll be adding this video under day 1, basically what I'm saying that. But if I go inside and show you, because it's new for everyone, the way I'm trying to put it together, because it's much more organized, and many more benefits you're going to see during the course, and lots of material I'm going to be adding here. So this is 74-22-43. If you're seeing this, you're enrolled to this, of course. If I go inside, and there you go. So please, any discussion about this course, click this and put your points there. Anything you want to ask, click there on the discussion forum. Ebook, download this, and this is good for exam prep, and many good points there and good URLs. And this is for skills being measured if you're following all the topics that are going to come in the exam. Then under day 1 is diagram, of course, and URL for download of this link. And this is installation configuration, again another forum, discussion forum for day 1. So here you are going to see a video appearing under day 1, right? So if there are any problems or questions, there is message also here you can just click to your right side, and please everyone upload your pictures, and you can message me from here, right? So try to use this facility and try to talk to me a lot here, and I can just make available you all the documentation and videos and access to free courses as they're available, right? Will it be downloadable? Downloadable, second question. Yes, it will be downloadable. So I'm just gonna send a Dropbox link as well as YouTube link here as well, right? So, but it's not gonna be publicly available. That's what I'm saying. Oh, but it never was before as well. Anyway, whenever you come back later, this is the most organized way to show the content for all the students. That's why I'm just doing that. Otherwise, it's always scattered across the Google group. So, okay, everyone. Screenshots. There's another question. Screenshots of all the steps that we did. So, any new? Thank you. So, any new? You're going click, and the next window appears. Screenshot. Next window appears. Screenshot. Next window appears. Screenshot. This is good for your future, but this is compulsory for the class. This is how we get to work harder. And you're gonna either you can create a video with some video software, or you can take screenshots, right? Both will be very, very useful for you in future. So just create screenshots, put it in your Microsoft Word document, and email it to me. Okay, guys. So any questions, let me know. I'm on WhatsApp all the time, so ask any question there, and expect this video as soon as possible here to be seen. YouTube, and you must have all the Gmail accounts. You must all have Gmail accounts to watch the video from YouTube, or if you want to download, the download link will be also available here. Any questions? Okay, so until this, please have your machines ready, because major work we will start on Tuesday. And any questions? And there will be quizzes here appearing in your, so I'm just gonna let you know where the quiz is, and you have to give those quiz, right? Okay, any other question? So we stop the class here, 10 o'clock. Have a good night, and let's meet on Tuesday. Screenshots are due before every class, every next class, and let's just meet together on Tuesday, 7 o'clock, right? Good night.